estimated that the oceans contain 99% of the living space on the planet, and that 99% is home to over 50% of all life on Earth. Marine pollution threatens that life. Pollution is defined by National Geographic as the introduction of harmful contaminants that are outside the norm of a given ecosystem. Marine pollution then includes oil, fertilizer, sewage disposal, and toxic chemicals, among others. Marine pollution is a very serious issue, important not only to scientists and environmentalists, but to everyone. It can cause harmful chemicals to end up in the seafood we eat. It can cause loss of habitat for many marine species, and is overall detrimental to marine and human health. Today I'm going to talk about the types of marine pollution, the effects of marine pollution, and what can be done to stop it. Now that I've said that, we will start with the types of marine pollution. I'm going to talk about two main types of marine pollution today, and both of those types originate from land. The first type of marine pollution is oil and toxic chemicals. According to the World Wildlife Fund, or WWF, oil spills only account for about 12% of all the oil that enters the ocean each year, while the majority enters from drains and rivers as a result of industrial cities. Toxic chemicals enter the ocean, and those range from simple pesticides to radioactive waste. And all marine organisms are in some way affected and contaminated by toxic chemicals that enter the ocean. The second type of marine pollution that I'm going to talk about today is waste and garbage. Almost everything that we throw away in our households ends up in the ocean. This includes plastic bags, bottles, and cans. This garbage and trash is often mistaken for food by marine animals, and they attempt to ingest it, which can harm them or even kill them. Now I'm going to talk about the effects of marine pollution on marine life. The first negative effect of marine pollution is loss of habitats for marine animals. Studies have shown that recently the amount of industrial runoff has increased, so has the degradation of shoreline areas. And as the shoreline areas degrade, so do the habitats that they hold, causing the marine life that live in these habitats to have to move away and find different other habitats, which often results in their death. Eutrophication is another rising issue, and it is defined by WWF as the flourishing of algal blooms that deplete the water's oxygen, which suffocates marine animals and creates dead zones. So not only do the fertilizers and chemical pollutants that enter the ocean result in the loss of habitats for these animals, they also kill them. The second big negative effect of marine pollution is just the overall health of marine and human life. The plastic garbage that enters the ocean is often mistaken for food and ingested by these animals, and if enough builds up inside of them, it can block their breathing passages and stomachs. And the 6 holes that you find with bottles and cans, if not disposed of properly, can end up choking animals such as seals. The chemicals that enter the ocean are often absorbed by small bacterial organisms such as plankton, and when fish eat these plankton, the chemicals then enter the food chain. And when the chemicals enter the food chain, they eventually end up in the fish that we eat, such as swordfish, tilapia, salmon, and many others. And then when we eat those fish, the chemicals then enter our bodies. Now, the long-term effects of the chemicals entering our bodies are not known yet, but scientists have said that they are very negative, and it has even been hypothesized that it can cause cancer, a reduced immune system, even reduced fertility. Now I will talk about what we can do to stop marine pollution. The first step we can take, it's very simple, we can just recycle. If anything we can do to prevent the plastic bags, bottles, cans that enter the ocean will help a lot. If we prevent these things from entering the ocean where they are not supposed to be, we can prevent these animals from choking on them, from basically dying because of this trash that enters the ocean. Even though laws have been passed to try to help control the situation, we can still do our best to try to raise awareness. The laws have helped a little bit, but the enforcement of these laws is a bit spotty. So what we can do is we can help. We can donate money to help restore and protect these areas that are being affected by marine pollution. We can also just write letters to our local Congress members, senators, anything like that, to help inform them about the situation if they don't already know. And anything that we can do to help raise awareness will help protect and preserve these areas. Now that I've talked to you about the types of marine pollution, the effects of marine pollution, and what we can do to stop it, I'll move on and remind you what I said at the beginning of this speech, that over 50% of all life on Earth is in the ocean. Now I will leave you with this. Marine pollution has affected every square mile of ocean that we have, and it has affected over 40% of all marine habitats. The good news is that marine pollution can be stopped, but not without our help.